Hey guys, welcome back to Arry The Stag. TR Tony here, sat down on a beautiful bank holiday Monday, Easter bank holiday Monday. I hope you've had a really great weekend wherever you are. I know we're all a little bit locked down at the moment and things to do around the house and around our stag, so life ain't all that bad, but obviously be safe and be careful wherever you are. And just wanted to bring you up to date with latest developments on the MG BGT, we call it the Triumph Stag Support Vehicle, which many of you know we bought a little while ago. It's Arry's car, and we bought that at auction over in Poole probably, I don't know, 2 years ago or so, thereabouts. Harry's been completely through it. He's redone all the suspension and the engine and all sorts of things, head gaskets, you name it, he's done it, and he's got himself a pretty much up together car. So that's all great. There has been this one problem with the steering column since we had the front suspension out, which meant basically that the steering wheel itself, when you were driving it, seemed to move forward and back by anything up to 3 or 4 inches, which is very disconcerting. It's amazing how many times, even just pulling yourself up in the seat, you need that steering wheel to pull yourself, and it was moving backwards and forwards. So I'll show you a little bit about that later on. But first things first, given we're all in lockdown, and we had such a nice time down at Henstridge Airfield at the end of last year. It was the end of the summer. We did a drive home after, so I just thought I'd share with you a drive through some country lanes and country villages when we were all allowed out at that time. So let's have a look at that, and then I'll get into some of the stuff on the steering column that Harry will show you, and then we'll end up at the end. I'll see you at the end. Okay, cheers for now. Action shot of Arry The Stag in the MG BGT support vehicle with Lydia. Oh, come on. What?
It's loose bolt lid.
Oh yeah, loose bolt lid.
Just put music over it.
Oh yeah, you look.
Oh, MG going through country lanes. Deepest Dorset. Oops. Near Somerset. Nowhere near Hampshire. Okay, so Harry's been working on the MG BGT. As many of you know, it's the Triumph Stag Support Vehicle, and here is his very nice motor liter steering wheel, which looks great in the spring sunshine. The issue has been with this car in recent months that as you grip hold of the wheel and pull it towards you, it actually jolts by about 3 or 4 inches towards you, which is very disconcerting when you're driving it, and obviously not really very good. So we've been looking at Harry has been looking at the reasons what there are behind it, and he's got the steering column out, and I'll just show you what he's found. All right, Harry, so there you have the MG BGT steering column in bits. Do you want to just talk us through what you've discovered?
So when they were made, from the year of this car, 72, they were actually installed with a collapsible column.
Yeah.
Safety wise, it stops the steering wheel hitting you in the chest if you have an impact, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
These columns, they were actually outsourced to a company, so they're not made by British Leyland and they weren't made by MG. So if I just put this little bit back over here, so that is actually a resin. It's not a part, it's not a bushing or anything like that. This is the collapsible part of the column itself. So this part slides over here like so.
Yeah.
It won't do it now because that resin's not sat properly, but
so it's almost like a bit of sacrificial resin that holds it in place.
It slides over and you'll see these two grooves line up, and then through both of these holes the resin was injected.
So it's like injection moulding plastic.
So yeah, that would then complete the shaft, it'd form it together, you're then one solid shaft. But if you have an impact, it would allow these resin tabs here, which would be left over, they would break, and the shaft would collapse in instead of coming out. Now the issue you have over time through general wear is that, as you can see, the resin actually deforms, it actually breaks, and it wears away through continued use.
Yeah.
And there isn't.
So I've appreciated that isn't actually a part as such. That is actually the injection moulded plastic that's been formed when the two parts of the steering column are together, and it just seeps around these grooves here to formulate the seal, and therefore the stiffness and rigidity of the column itself.
So there's a couple of fixes. Well, there's two fixes really that you can use. The one that first crossed our mind was that you put this back on, like so.
Yeah.
You line them up, and you weld them together.
Yeah.
You then don't have a collapsible column anymore, but you know you're not going to be issue that steering wheel coming towards you, and as long as you're driving safely, and hopefully you don't have a crash. The other fix, which I found online, it actually dates back to about 2012. It's a part of the MG club figured this one out. Is that if you drill out these holes slightly more,
yeah,
you can then insert a hot glue gun,
yeah,
into there, and you basically refill the resin.
Yeah.
So you glue gun both of those, wait for it to set, and that in effect becomes your new version of the resin piece here.
Yeah.
Which if you then have a crash, it would then again collapse.
So you kind of want that designed in, don't you, so that it will collapse. And
yeah.
Save your chest or your ribs if you have a.
I have seen another fix with people using cotter pins, but
yeah,
it's a lot of effort, and it involves more to go on.
Yeah.
So it's just a case of deciding which route to go down at the moment.
Yeah, okay. All right, so that's an interesting one, and useful for people if they've got MGB GTs or MGBs. Actually, it's the same steering column, I guess, in those cars as well.
On the Roadster, same column. It changes again at 78.
Does it? Yeah.
76 or 78. When they changed to the rubber bumper, they changed the steering column again, so it's all completely one piece, but it all collapses in.
Right.
And before 72, it had a solid piece.
And you can't retrofit the later one into the earlier one?
No, because every bracket for every car is different. So they don't actually fit together.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks for that update, Harry. We'll keep viewers posted with what you finally decide, but if anybody else out there has got a clue on how we can fix this, we'd be very interested.
Yeah.
And but as I say, it's been very disconcerting to drive the car with that play in the steering column itself, and to get it fixed will be really good. Alright guys, so I hope you found that of interest. I know we are Stag owners per se, but it's quite amazing just how many people that I know of have at least one, if not two, classic cars, often an MG BGT. So hopefully that's useful. It is a challenge that the MG community are actually kind of up against, and if that's helped you manage to fix your steering column issue, then hopefully that will have helped, which is all good. So we'll be back to you soon with some more Triumph Stag stuff as promised at the front end. Meanwhile, we're going to play out with a little bit more trip around the Dorset country lanes following the MG BGT, and I just want to say a big thanks to Rob over in Cincinnati, who has sent us in a couple of videos, one lockdown and one more open road from way back, which I thought I'd share with you as well, just to share the old classic stream. Absolutely right, why not? What's wrong with that at all? So sincere thanks to Rob. He's already a Bobble Hat Award winner, and we send you our very best, Rob. Thanks for doing all the good stuff you're doing, and if you too would like to send in a video, please let us know via the channel, and we'll tell you how to do that, and it'd be great to share the classic stream worldwide. That's it then guys, hope you're having a great week wherever you are, and we'll see you online on Arry the Stag very soon. Cheers for now, bye.
When you said country lanes, it's actually village lanes.
It's truth. I'll get the big tanker from Wincanton.
Good morning, listen to that. We've got the Arry The Stag hat on, Rob here from the USA. We're just going to go for a quick spin. Turn the original British Leyland radio on. And here we go. Oh, seatbelts, safety first. There we go. Go for a coding drive. There we go. That's it. Just out for a quick warm up. Nice day today. Let's do 0 to 60.